Laura Lynch, a founding member of the country music group the Dixie Chicks, died in a car crash in Texas. She was 65. Today, we look at her legacy with the Dixie Chicks.
There's nothing better than having you lying next to me early in the morning.
Ms. Lynch, who was raised on her grandfather's ranch in Texas, founded the Dixie Chicks, now known as just the Chicks, in Dallas in 1988 with Robin Lynn Macy and two sisters, Emily Strayer and Marty McGuire. The original lineup of the band, in which Ms. Lynch played bass and sang, released only 2 albums, Thank Heavens for Dale Evans in 1990 and Little O.L. Cowgirl in 1992. Days before the 2003 invasion of Iraq, Maines told a London audience that the Dixie Chicks did not endorse the war and were ashamed of U.S. President George W. Bush being from Texas. The remarks triggered boycotts in the U.S. and a backlash from fans. After a hiatus, the Dixie Chicks released Taking the Long Way in 2006, an album informed by the backlash. Not Ready to Make Nice became their biggest crossover single, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. After another hiatus, McGuire and Strayer released an album in 2009 as the Courtyard Hounds. The Dixie Chicks reunited to tour in the 2010s. In 2020, they removed Dixie from their name, citing negative connotations, and released their first album in 14 years, Gaslighter. The Dixie Chicks began building a fan base, winning the prize for Best Band at the 1990 Telluride Bluegrass Festival and opening for established country music artists, including such names as Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire, and George Strait. In 1992, a second independent album, Little Old Cowgirl, moved towards a more contemporary country sound, as the band enlisted the help of more session musicians and developed a richer sound with larger and more modern arrangements. Robin Lynn Macy was not pleased with the change in sound. She left in late 1992 to devote herself to a pure bluegrass sound, remaining active in the Dallas and Austin music scenes.
She hasn't yes, she needs wide open spaces.
It was during this period that professional steel guitarist Lloyd Maines, who had played on both albums, introduced them to his daughter, Natalie, an aspiring singer. Lloyd Maines thought his daughter would be a good match to replace the departed Macy, and had passed along Natalie's audition demo tape, which had won her a full scholarship to the Berklee College of Music. To both McGuire and Strayer, her distinctive voice was a match for McGuire's soprano and Strayer's alto harmonies.
If you could only see the love that you're wasting, I can love you better than that.
Lynch, thrust into the role of sole lead singer on their third independent album, Shouldn't Have Told You That in 1993, was unable to attract support from a major record label, and the band struggled to expand their fan base beyond Texas and Nashville. Their new manager, Simon Renshaw, approached the executive Scott Simon, and he signed them to a developmental deal with Sony Music Entertainment's Nashville division. The deal was finalized with Sony over mid-1995, and Lynch was replaced by Maines. Accounts of the departure have varied. At the time, the sisters stated that Lynch had been considering leaving the band for over a year, weary of touring, and hoping to spend more time with her daughter at home. She offered to stay for the first cuts on the new album for Sony, but the sisters thought it would send the wrong message to the label. They all agreed she would leave before the new album. In a later interview, Lynch said, "It can't really be characterized as a resignation. There are 3 Dixie Chicks, and I'm only one." Lynch said she had no regrets about leaving. The Chicks had this to say: "Laura had a gift for design, a love of all things Texas, and was instrumental in the early success of the band," the group said. Her undeniable talents helped propel us beyond busking on street corners to stages all across Texas and the Midwest. Information about survivors was not immediately available. After leaving the Dixie Chicks, Ms. Lynch became a public relations officer with the University of Texas Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas, according to the Star-Telegram. She told the Associated Press in 2003 that she took up oil painting and spent much of her time raising her daughter. "It was worth it," Ms. Lynch said of her time in the band. I'd get anemic all over again to do it. Ms. Lynch was driving east on Route 62 near Cornudas, Texas, about 70 miles east of El Paso, when a pickup truck that had been heading west crossed into her lane and struck her pickup truck head-on, the Texas Department of Public Safety said. She was pronounced dead at the scene. What about you? Are you a Dixie Chicks fan? Did you like the Laura Lynch era? Have you ever seen them in concert? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. While you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel. Click the link to stay informed and check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise also in the comments section. And until next time, this is Axel, in for Kevin Given saying live long and prosper, may the force be with you and keep reaching for the stars.